I was at 28% body fat. And the worst part was that I was convincing myself I was fit. I was training, but inconsistently. I was eating, but really messy. And honestly, my lifestyle wasn't really matching the goals, my goals. But then I decided to really change my daily habits. I decided to push through cravings, push through laziness, and starting to eat better, train more, and just stopped lying to myself. I was not fit. Honestly, I felt fat. But 2 months later, after that, I was at 16% body fat. But first, let's start with the first non negotiable. Tip number one, I want you to walk more. Just move more, walk more. And we could follow the rule of 10,000 steps a day. I know you're probably know the rule. And it's an amazing rule, by the way. But if you're looking at the big picture, it seems like a bit much, you know? So I like to break it down into literally smaller steps. I'm awake 16 hours per day. And if I break it down into each hour, it would be around 600 steps per hour, which is much more reasonable. You know, walking 600 steps per hour is around 5 minutes walking. Now I'm walking on the treadmill, so that's easy. I'm walking. But sometimes I'm just sitting around, then I can stand up, walk for 5 minutes, take a breath, go outside, do something else, just something else, even take a coffee or take a cup of water. You know, 5 minutes. That's the only thing you need to do. 5 minutes per hour. That's so beneficial for you, and that's so easy to do. I want you to buy a treadmill. I mean, if you have it, use it. But if you don't have it, it's not a problem. You can just walk, stand up, or you can walk here. But steps alone are not enough. We need to fix our food first. All right, so the most important thing about losing weight is being in a caloric deficit. You know that. That's something we all know. But I think we all got confused at some point trying to lose weight. It's not about eating less, it's about eating better. And here's what I want you to do. The first thing I want you to do is cut all the food that is too caloric, you know? And what is that? The food that you feel like it's unhealthy. Start by doing that. Or at least try to reduce it a little bit. Let me give you an example. If, for example, you're drinking every day soda, Coke, all right? You're drinking that every day. Try to drink half of that bottle, for example. I just want you to lose weight in a simple, easy way. I'm not going to break your head and tell you eat healthier, which you should, but I'm going to give you my simple rules, how I do it every day to be and still feel good. First of all, eat more protein. Eat between 1.6 and 2 grams of protein per body weight in kilograms. So for example, I'm weighing 73 kilograms at the moment, 73, 74. I'm eating between 1.6 and 2 grams of that amount in protein, lean protein, by the way. So it will be around 120, 140 grams of protein per day. It's as easy as that. Don't break your head if you're processing all the protein. Eat less carbs, unless you really need that energy for hard training. What I'm doing, very easy, is that I eat protein throughout the whole day, and at the end of the day, at dinner, I avoid carbs, or I just reduce carbs as much as possible. And fats as well, reduce that. Try to keep that moderate throughout all your meals. And be aware that fats and carbs are literally everywhere. So step number 2, to eat less calories. This will sound very, very boring and annoying. The annoying thing I want you to do is track your calories. Use this kitchen scale to track everything you're eating. Everything. Or almost everything. It's annoying and I know it, but it's easy. It's easy. You take your plate. First, put everything on 0 when you put the plate on the scale. You weigh what you want. 125 grams. You put a 0 at 0 again, and then you put something else. Photo and 0. After that, you go to my fitness pal, and then you log everything. I'm logging every single thing every day. Today I haven't logged anything yet, but I've made the photos and I will put it here on my fitness pal. It's free to use, by the way. You don't need the premium version. And it's easy as just looking up cooked rice. The amount of grams here, cooked rice, you add 10 grams, 20 grams, because sometimes you have to add oil or something like that. And you add that to the total amount, logged, and then you see how much calories you're eating every single day, which is very important. But you need to know how much calories you're burning as well, to know the deficit you're going to be in. Are you following me? Let me be a little bit more clear. So now that you know how much you're eating per day, it would be useful to know how much you're burning, so that you're eating less than what you burn. But I think it's easier if we sit down and we calculate and we write everything down. To know how many calories you are burning per day, there are two simple methods. The first one is doing a DEXA scan. And I know that DEXA scan is not available for everyone. That's why I also like to use a online calculator, which I will show you, because it's not as precise as the DEXA scan, but it comes very, very close to what you need. I'm here, I'm looking at my screen, and as you can see, I put my age. I'm a male, of course, the height, and I'm not too tall, and how much I'm weighing. Then calories, and then the first one, estimate formula, is good enough. Based on this, I can see my BMR, which is how much calories I'm burning to stay alive. That's it, to stay in your bed. Easy as that. And then underneath, you can see the daily activity, and based on that is how much calories roughly you are burning per day. It's again something very rough, and it's based on what you're doing per day. So I'm honestly very sedentary, but I train daily, almost daily. There is only one day I don't train, and on that day I try to move more, just simply move more around the house and around the office. So I'm around this daily exercise or intense exercise 3 to 4 times a week, and that's pretty accurate in my opinion. 2,600 to 2,500, maybe even a bit more, depending on the day. That's pretty easy. You have now calculated how much calories you are burning. In my case, it's 2,600, and then I need to eat less than that. Now that you know how many calories you're burning and how many calories you're intaking, you're eating, I would recommend you to eat around 200 calories less than that you burn, maybe 300. I'm not going much further than that, because then maybe you would start to feel a bit less strong, less energetic, and I don't want you to feel like that. I just want you to be consistent in what you're doing. And tell me honestly in the comments what's keeping you stuck right now. Or even if you want to keep it private, DM me on Instagram or on TikTok, and then I would like to help you to find what's keeping you stuck at the moment, because we need to find a solution right now. I want to help you. Tip number 3. As you know, but it's good to remind ourselves that the more mass there is, the more energy, the more calories it's needed to move that mass. But of course, we want to lose weight, we want to lose fat. So the point here is to build more muscle. And probably in the lifestyle right now where life gets really busy. I get that, and I understand you. But don't overcomplicate things. I just want you to get back on track by doing really easy basic movements. And your training doesn't need to be very long. I want you to do 3 exercises: push, pull, and legs. That's it. 30 to 40 minutes including the warm-up, and you're out of the gym. That's it. 2-3 times a week, and you're doing much more than doing nothing, of course. So don't overcomplicate things. Start by doing the basic things. Start by enjoying it, enjoying going to the gym again. Tip number 4. It's to create a challenge for yourself. Sign up for a race, sign up for a challenge. It doesn't matter what you're doing. For myself, it always worked. Every time I sign up for a race or a challenge with a friend, I'm always accountable to do it. So with my girlfriend, on my journey of losing weight, we started the 75 days hard challenge, because it's written down on screen, which was doing a good diet, no alcohol, drinking a gallon of water or something like that, training every single day, and reading every single day something. The point is that with that challenge, we got accountable. When she wasn't motivated, I got her motivating to keep continuing doing everything we challenge ourselves, and the other way around. And that makes you more keen to really get the progress you want to. It's much more fun, or much funner, I don't know, but to do it with a friend, to do it with someone you know, because it's much easier. You're challenging each other and you're doing something great. Besides doing a challenge, sign up for a race or something, sign up for a competition. It's not about going into competition to someone else, it's about going into a competition to yourself. So I also signed up for multiple races throughout the months, just running races, and because I wanted to do a good time, which was a good time for myself. I wasn't looking at other people, I was just looking at myself. I was motivating myself every time I didn't want to do it, or I wanted to eat bad and everything. So what I did was eating less sugars, eating less unhealthy things, no alcohol of course, drinking water. I was already doing that, so that's easy. Training more, training more. I was training every day, and I didn't make it very complicated. Sometimes I went for a walk, sometimes I went to the gym, sometimes I went running. You don't need to make it complicated. You just need to exercise every single day. And the last one was reading or something, but honestly, I didn't do that very often. So yeah. Tip number 5. You start today. Not tomorrow, not after the weekend, not next week, but today. Fat loss is for people who take action right now. So the only thing I want you to do is like and subscribe and take one action right now. Go and walk. Go and take a walk. Just breathe. Think a little bit about what I said. Let it sink in. But do start today. Thanks for watching, and let's get jacked together.